by the power of Grayskull.
What if self-worth, self-esteem, and confidence aren't just some quality that only a few people have? What if they're not something that you're born with, but actually techniques and skills and qualities that we can all learn as human beings to live a flourishing, meaningful life? You might say to me, nah, Josh, that is crazy. I'm nervous, I'm anxious, I'm a mess, it's impossible. But I want to say to you, you can do it, because in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 simple but powerful steps that I use to help me build unshakable self-worth. So let's get to it. Just before we go on, please do take a moment just to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel if you've not done so already for all future updates. All right, let's get to these 5 steps. The first one, understand your origin story. Make it your success story. Now, this one is a bit of a freebie. It's not included in my actual 5, but I wanted to give it to you because it's a really important stepping stone to launching you into the energy of wanting to make this your thing, to become confident. You have to see where you've come from to understand where you're going. For me, I used to think that self-esteem was something that was just given to some people, a genetic lottery ticket as it were, that gave them the gift of life. They could move through life with ease and everything just fell into place for them. I'd watch them give public speeches, holding a group of people's attention, cracking jokes and having that warmth of laughter. And it wasn't just this that they were getting, it was community, it was connection. And with that connection, then came the good things, from opportunity, success, better grades, you name it. Everything just felt easier. And this, of course, felt unfair.
That is so unfair, I hate you!
Now, whilst it's all very good wallowing in my self-pity and self-despair, I realised that it wasn't actually getting me anywhere. Life had handed me a deck of cards, and complaining about it time and time again is just playing the same game and expecting the same outcome. So what happens if you try to play that game differently? I realized that the success stories that people like aren't the ones where people already have everything and make it further. That's boring to watch. In those movies, we crave some form of downfall. The story of Icarus, as it were, to watch how that person then rebuilds from that huge ego shred. But if your wings are already burnt, if they're already clipped, how do you build them? How do you fly in a different way? And so I was naturally drawn to these origin superhero movies where the protagonists found out their superpower and slowly they learnt how to adapt to it. Now, if you remember when they first get these powers, they suck. I remember watching the first Spider-Man movie and seeing him try to jump over these buildings and he falls. But slowly he makes his way and masters his craft. So honor your origin story. This is the making of you. You will learn this. And then maybe one day you'll be living in the sequel. And a good sequel like The Dark Knight or Shrek 2, not Batman and Robin.
I want a car. Chicks dig the car.
So with origin story complete, let's move on to the first official step of this video. Your brain is a parrot. Stop teaching it insults. Yep, you heard me right. Polly wants a cracker. Maybe you don't like crackers, maybe you're gluten intolerant, I don't know. But just joking aside, your brain is a parrot. It repeats what it hears and it learns these patterns. So if you're used to hearing yourself saying things like, "You are not good enough. You should probably just disappear. Steve from work somehow just got promoted, has a new house, a new car, and a 6-pack despite eating pizza and beer every night." Sound familiar? Yeah, I've been there too. And that's because I taught it what to believe. So you have to try to change the script. So instead of "I'm a complete failure," try "I am an unstoppable force of greatness and light." Okay. Let's calm down. That could be toxic positivity. Let's keep it more real and try something more like, "I've just made a mistake. I'm not going to shame myself for it or judge myself because I know it's okay. I know everybody makes mistakes. Even successful people make mistakes. It's how they learn. It's how they grow. I'm sure even Elon Musk regrets a tweet he's made every now and then, right?"
Hey, those are cool tats, man.
Oh, for real. Thank you, bro. You see the Cobra?
Hey, what is this one?
Oh, this?
Uh-huh.
That's my credo. No regrets.
You have no regrets?
Dad?
No? Like not even a single letter?
No way. Not me.
Alright, so now we're officially qualified bird tamers. But now we're here, now we're at this level, we need to consider what's next. How do we improve? How do we level up our confidence building, build our self-esteem, build our self-worth? And this one, when I realized that I was doing it, caught me by surprise, because I could not believe I would ever treat myself this way. Check out step 2. Would you ever say this to your best mate? No. Then stop saying it to yourself. You might be bullying yourself, and doesn't that just truly suck if you actually stop to think about it? I mean, put it this way. Imagine your best friend comes to you and says, "Hey, remember that job? That one I was applying for and really wanted? Well, I didn't get it." What would you say to your friend in that instance? "Well, that's it. Your life's over. Time to pack up and live under a bridge. Even your cat is probably disappointed with you." If I were you, I would consider never showing my face in public again. The answer's probably no, right? If you did, you wouldn't be a very good friend. So next time your brain starts firing into "I am trash" mode, remember the parrot, but then remember, would I say this to somebody I love? And if the answer is no, then don't say it to yourself either. Now, having your own back is of course easier said than done. But that's why we've got step 3, because it teaches you just how to do that. So check this out. Your brain is wired for doom, so trick it into finding wins. Just like the bully that we've just explored, your brain is literally hardwired to look for bad things.
Look, kid, bad things happen, and you can't do anything about it, right?
Right.
Wrong!
This is what we call negativity bias. Thousands of years ago, it was a survival technique. It was perfect because, oh no, that noise outside the cave might be a dinosaur coming to eat us. We need to assume the worst in order to live and survive to tell the tale. Problem is now our brains haven't evolved at the pace of society, so it still behaves in this negativity bias way, but about things that are more relevant. For example, excuse me.
Yeah?
So you do realize you just waved at someone who wasn't waving at you?
What? No,
That's
I didn't
really
mean to.
nice. Remember that time you sent a text and they didn't reply for 2 hours?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that time.
Yeah, they were definitely organising a group chat to
Oh,
discuss
no,
how
don't
much
say
they
that to me.
hate you. Oh wow, you mispronounced a word in that conversation. Good luck
Don't
ever
remind
being
me.
taken seriously again. You said you too when that barista asked you to enjoy your drink. You're gonna have to avoid that cafe forever now. Oh, you accidentally liked a post from 2014 while stalking their Instagram. That's it. You need a new identity. Just leave me alone. Do you get what I mean? I call this form of thinking shower thoughts because it's often when we're just dawdling around minding our own business where those cringe moments from our past just fire up and remind us of all the wonderful things we have done, but also that interferes in the present moment and sabotages everything. Now, the antidote to dealing with step 3 is one that I just love, and it's a very simple formula. It's gratitude. I understand that in the first instance this might feel like an inauthentic virtue to bring to your process, but this is where we start small and slowly make those steps to remind our brain that we are good enough and that there is beauty and wonder in the world. So every night before you go to bed, your last thoughts, just list 3 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that you're proud of for achieving in the day, and it doesn't have to be huge grand statements. It can be as simple as, well done, you got out of bed today and faced today even though it was really hard. Or, you actually did your laundry today. Or, well done, today you didn't text your toxic ex back. These are all wins. These are all massive, especially when we're working with self and evolving to become the best version of ourselves.
3, 2, 1. Jake wins. Amy loses.
So now we're learning to become the Jedi Masters of self-talk. We're understanding how we speak to ourselves and we're learning how to work with it. And where to celebrate the wins. But where we celebrate the wins, we also have to acknowledge where we're seeking wins that aren't worth our time. And that brings us to step number 4. Your worth is not measured by absolute nonsense. This point encourages us to question where we go to get our self-worth. For example, if we seek self-worth through how many likes we get on social media or how someone responds to a comment, These are fickle versions of self-validation, and they don't really mean much. We're not really a club card where we just get a certain amount of likes and then all of a sudden our value and worth goes up. It doesn't work that way. We can't be seeking validation from external sources, although of course that is nice.
Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not. I like to be liked. I enjoy being liked. I have to be liked. But it's not like this compulsive need to be liked, like my need to be praised.
Mainly this comes from within, knowing that you are enough in this moment as you are. And I know you might think, hang on a second, I do not have any self-worth, I have no self-esteem, I have no confidence, how can I do that? And I get it, it can be hard to believe, but actually you are a manifestation of consciousness on this planet, able to have that very experience. And you might disagree with me on my spiritual belief system there, but at least you have the capacity to disagree and create your own opinions, and that is worth something in itself. So that self-worth has to be ignited from within, that you are enough. And surely a part of you thinks that anyway, because you've clicked on this video, which means a part of you believes that you can build your confidence, you can build your self-worth, and you can build your self-esteem, right? So we've officially stopped judging our worth based off nonsense. Huge step, and one to be really proud of. But here comes the real challenge. How do we actually be confident? Not so much that we know it, but we actually believe it. Now this one's key, because when I figured this one out, everything around my confidence, my self-worth, my self-esteem changed forever. Here is step 5. Confidence is trusting yourself, even when you might fail. So here's the truth. I used to think that confidence was never feeling awkward, never hesitating, never doubting oneself, always knowing exactly what to be done. And as a child, I can remember watching adults thinking, God, everybody has their life sorted. How do they do this? But as you get older, you realize that no one really knows what they are doing. They're just figuring it out as they go along. And whilst it's good to have a plan, that can change, and we have to learn to be adaptive, to be spontaneous, to mold ourselves to situations. So this is what I learned about with step 5 is, it's not really about believing in yourself. It's about trusting yourself and knowing that no matter what, you will be okay. And sometimes this means putting yourself into a difficult situation, into something uncomfortable, because through discomfort, we grow.
Speed management. G-force. Okay, here we go.
Sometimes you're just going to try things that aren't right for you, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world. You try it and then you figure out that it's not right for you. Even if you're leaving feeling cringe and dreading the moment, you tried it and you figured it out, and that redirects you to try something new. But sometimes you try something new and it's the best thing ever, and you learn and grow and you get a beautiful experience. So at the end of the day, we go through these trials, these errors, these successes, these failures, these new experiences, these old experiences, and we learn piece by piece who we are and how to feel confident in our ability to adapt and survive and live. Living is to truly understand that in life we have the highs, we have the lows, we have capacity, we have depth, and that is what brings us meaning. So go for it. Explore these 5 steps and witness how your confidence, your self-esteem, and your self-worth grow. I also understand that all of this takes time and it's a real journey, so please be patient with yourself. And if you need any care or support, book me as your therapist. You can find all my details in the bio beneath this video. And guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure working and filming this for you. Please let me know how it resonated. How did it land? Let me know in the comments. If you've not done so already, do hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. I'm always grateful for all that support. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.